Okay, well, what we're going to start in this next section is we're going to find, use the law of cosines and law of sines to solve various application problems. Okay, so this is what we're hoping to be able to do, or I'm hoping to help you out with. And the first application we're going to use is going to be involve the law of sines. Okay, and this is how to find the area of a triangle. Now we're going to be using an app. All right, so the application for law of sines. All right. And the reason why we're using law of sines is because if you recall, back in the day, all right, when we did these other ones, is that when we had a triangle, okay, when we had a triangle and we had a side, all right, and let's call this B, and we had an A, we'll just have this A here, and we'll have C there. And so this is going to be 8, this will be 80, and this will be 4. This is not drawn to scale, not to scale, okay? Not at all, all right? But in any case, the reason why we have this is that one of the things when we use side angle side, and we did other things like this, is that we realized that in order to find the area of a triangle, the area of a triangle you should know is 1/2 the base times the height. You learned that in grade school, and this hasn't changed when you get to trigonometry and advanced math. Okay, now from here we have to figure out our height. Now the height is this 90-degree angle. It's going to be our h. So the thing is that we don't know what h is. All we know is that we have a side right here, which this is going to be our base if I draw it like this. Okay, and this is another side of this triangle, and the angles between them two. So the question is really, if I draw a height going this way, how can I figure the height um, and figure out this area? So the first thing is, well, we know that since this angle is opposite this height, we know that the sine of, in this case, B, which is 80 degrees, is going to equal h, okay, the height, because now we created a right triangle, over the hypotenuse, which is 8. That's the SO in SOHCAHTOA. So actually, h is going to equal 8 times the sine of 80. And that's the way it was in the other cases too, when we had to figure out if we actually have a triangle or whatnot. We had to know that h was going to be possibly less than the opposite side or greater than the opposite side for those different types of triangles with side-side angle. Well, we figure out our height, and so we can plug that in there. And so we have 8 times the sine of 80. That's our height. Well, if this is our height, our base has to be this length right here. And so we're going to multiply that by 4. And then we're going to have this 1/2. And that's going to give us our area. You would have to put this in your calculator, make sure you have it in degrees. And when you go through and solve this, you're going to have a value for the area, which is going to equal about 15.76 if we round to 2 decimal places. Now, another thing that you probably want to know is that there is a shortcut. This pattern always occurs, okay? So if you're given side, let me get a different try. If you're given side, angle, side, and you're asked to find the area of a triangle, we can always set up a triangle like this where the height is opposite this angle. And so if we just kind of look at this, we know that whatever we're given, okay, is going to be the area is going to equal, okay, 1/2 the either side length. So let's say we're given, in this case, this will be angle B. And then we're given the other two angles, so it would be sides A and C. It's always going to equal 1/2, all right, A times C times the sine of B. Or if you want to find the area, so this is of 1, let's say we switch it up and we have some different values. So let's say our angle is A. Well, these two sides are going to have to be B and C. So we know that the second case is going to be 1/2 B times C times the sine of A, angle A. That's angle A, not area. And then if we say we put C here, well, this is going to be A and B then, right? A and B. And so the area, another way we could find it, if we're given angle C, is going to be 1/2 A times B times the sine of C. And these are the three different, all right, ways you can find the area given side, angle, side. You don't necessarily need to memorize them. Just know that when you get this angle, draw a little height. Okay, solve that using sine. All right, opposite over hypotenuse, and then you can go to town and use the area formula to help you figure this out. So yes, so these are the formulas that help you given side angle side. Okay, to help you find the area of a triangle. So I hope that helps you out and that makes sense. So I guess we didn't really need the law of sines too much, but we did use sines. And so we'll go through some other applications in just a little bit.